And the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
On 1st and 10, Herbert on the screen. This is Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Play action. It's Herbert. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Herbert. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. On 1st down, Justin Herbert eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
This will be caught by Brown. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd down and 8.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert rolling to his left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
On 2nd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
On the return, Deontay Harris. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Cards, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Mixon with a first down carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. And he will slide down with a good gain. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure. They
give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. So the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal... shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Faking the give. Now Watson. On the left side, a catch by White. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that.
Here's a diving catch right side. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. Touchdown, Vikings! Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a touchdown, Cardinals! Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Harris to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Watson. And that's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st down, Watson. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
He lets it fly for Lockett. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Minnesota. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
The 40. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
That's Sanders. What a catch.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
That last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
From the 50, it's Watson. steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. It's Mixon on the counter. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Watson off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. There he goes, right side. 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to feed into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Watson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And got his man. Complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. A final shot before the break. Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world.
Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
13 yards remaining on second down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Coleman has it here right side. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead,
throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues.
Now a first down throw. Watson flushed out right. He hits his target, Lockett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Watson forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Calais Campbell able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he is going to lose yardage here. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now it's Herbert. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, it's Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And this play a lot like the previous one. Thanks to that stout Cardinal defense, back-to-back they've been tackled behind the line. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this has not been going the way that he thought prior to the game. Probably figured he'd be able to throw a few more downfield, but he's having to run around for his life back there. They've already gotten to him a number of times. They'll keep coming after him in the pass rush. My advice, shorter passes. Get the ball out of your hand.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd and 2, Herbert. It's caught by Coleman. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. Brown has the 1st down and much more. Brown with his stick skills. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Again, Herbert. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first and goal, Gurley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Herbert. This is caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Prater on to add the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, but frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On third down, Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
Watson on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Being chased out left. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Pushes him over. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 56 yards on the ground for him so far.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Watson to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up the rush, and it'll bring up 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Here's Watson. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Watson steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And the failure to
to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down one. What's the sense? I like what they did.
This is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On second down now, it's Coleman. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Cards,